Yo, what's going on, guys? Matt, aka Dynamo, and welcome back to another video. Uh, as you can tell from the camera orientation, this is obviously going to be something a little different. Today, sorry, my legs hurt. But today I'm going to be doing like a review video of sorts. For those of you follow me on Twitter and stuff, you would have seen the post about it. I'm going to be looking at a figure that is a personal grail of mine that I hold a good bit of emotional attachment to, and frankly, one I'm really excited to own. Today's special guest is gonna be, let me lay him down, MP-01. For those of you who do know, this is an old ass figure. This thing's older than me. It's old enough to drink. There's not a lot to talk about, obviously. It's an older Masterpiece figure. This is when, the line had just started. I mean, it's the first Masterpiece figure. But, for an old Masterpiece, he really does have a lot of good points and a lot of good articulation. So let's start off with just do that. If I can get him in frame. And, you got a ball joint at the head. Ball joint, get a little bit of swivel. Full 360. Look up that far, down about that, not very far. This one does have a little gimmick with the head. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it. See, there's a button right there. Hitting that allows the mouthpiece to move up and down. I know you notice this little blue lever right here. If you open up this and pull up the spark chamber cover, if I can get my hands on it, get him in frame, pulling that lever, lights up the matrix. I personally love that. I wish more modern Masterpieces do like little, bits like that, but as you all know, Masterpiece isn't really going to be much of a line. He does have a couple other gimmicks, but first we're going to keep talking about articulation. Arms can extend out to allow for better upwards movement, like that. Go like that. It does have a butterfly joint due to the transformation, so you can go back that far. Doesn't go forward very far. Full rotation right here. About almost an exact 90-degree rotate. I'm sorry, I can't speak. About 90 degrees at the arm. Each finger is individually articulated. You can't move them like at 3 different points. It's just a single point. They go that, and thumb is on a ball joint, so swivels a good bit, folds in like that, if I can get it, and the wrist is on a rotation. It does have a slight side to side. Same with the other arm, rotation, 90-degree, moving fingers. He does have a ratchet at the waist, which allows for full 360. God, it is lovely. Each skirt moves out. Move arms. Side skirts move up. Back skirts. And front skirts move up. Like that. So you go out about that far. Go back that far. And it's got a nice old beautiful spread. Alright. He's got a good bit more than 90 at the knees. Nice ratchets in there. Hold up okay, but the bottom legs are almost solid die cast, so they don't hold up the greatest. He's got slight ankle pivots, and he does have an upwards toe bend. It doesn't go back. All in all, he's a pretty solid figure for how old he is. Electronics held up great over time. And like I said, this is really just a personal grail of mine, one figure that I'm, glad to have, because this was the first Transformer I was introduced to. My older brother, he was a collector, or I guess you can call it like semi-collector, but yeah, this was one of the first figures he ever showed me, and it's really what started me, wanting Transformers, wanting more figures and things like that. He does have a couple more gimmicks. I can't show I can show one, but not in all places because I have to transform them first. But the legs, as you can see, they have actual suspension. And when you push in the feet, you'll see these grills right here. They pop up like that. Same on both legs. Just push them down and restart it. Now, For the transformation, it's pretty simple actually. Like one of the more simpler prime transformations. Reminds you of more like, you know, chug scale figure. So to start off with, you have this panel right here. You'll get in there, pull that up, flip it, push the hand in, and there you go. That's one of the arms. Same thing with the other one. Panel up, fist in. There you go. Then what you want to do is come here to the back, pull these panels out. Then what I usually do is I'll fold up the arms like that, and then go on ahead, leave those up. So that's out the way. Next, you want to get in here. You see this little faux grill piece? You'll pull that forward. Usually opening up the spark chamber like that helps. And then you'll just pull that down. And then, when you have the arms up and out of the way, panels out, you'll see these, if I get on camera, these separated parts right here. You'll see the tires in there, so you'll know to pull. You'll grab the top. It's a little hard to pull. Usually, I'll just go like that, grab there, pull up, and then, if I can grab it, it's a little tight, you'll pull these down. Then rotate so you can finish, and bam. Now, usually keeping these front panels down for like the headlights helps, so you'll just keep those folded down, goes out to the side. Now you want to grab this right here and pull it up, so where it's flat out. Then, as you can see, the matrix chamber, there's a bit of a hinge. I mean, not a hinge. I don't know what you'd call that. But yeah, you'll slide that in so where it's straight down. Push it so where it clicks in. If I can get it. There we go. Then you want to flip these panels back up. Rotate this right here. Keep that down. And then stretch it over. Click it in right there. That's that. Then you have the little seat right here. Just flip that up. Then get back to the bottom. You'll have this piece right here. Fold that up. That keeps all that together. Now, what you want to do is this part right here hinges down. Put Optimus's little ears in front of him, and then push this back panel, which allows the head to flip around. Can be a bit iffy at sometimes. I haven't had many issues with it. Yeah. You'll flip it, click it in place, and then push that back. That'll hold that. Now, you can close the spark chamber. That'll click in with these panels. Hold that there. Then, you just do the iconic prime arms and push in and hold. Same thing here. Flip around, push in, click, hold. And if I can... click for some reason. Oh, that's why. And click. Now, for the legs, you want to grab the cab. Oh, I went a step too far ahead. hang on. If I could... Never mind. Hang on, sorry. Let me untab these, pull the arms back out, so I can actually get this next step. There we go. Now, before you put the arms in, so sorry if you were following along, you have to untab the arms again, but with the arms out, you want to rotate the waist right here, so where the wheels are facing down. Then, you go on ahead and push in the arms. If I can click that in. Okay. There we go. Now, you'll see these little panels here. You just fold that, put that. That's the whole front part done. Now, for the back of the legs, you'll realize that's a little long. What you'll do is you'll have this little silver canister. You push on the bottom and shift the leg up like that. Same thing on the other side. Bottom canister, shift the leg. And, I mean, you don't have to do this unless you have the trailer for it. I don't, but it does kind of help. You can grab this little hitch, flip it up, and then just push the legs together until you get a nice little click like that. Now, for the feet, you'll see this panel right here. You'll grab a hold of that, pull it out. Same thing on the other foot, pull that panel out till they're up like that. Then you have the heels right here. Push those in, and then rotate the foot around, and then push it down. Same thing on the other foot, rotate, push down. Then you'll have these panels here, flip it down, flip, and there you go. I mean, that's pretty much the truck mode right there, done and done. And like I said, it's very simple transformation. Reminds you of, like, you know, modern scale chug figures. And for the transformation, it's a pretty solid alt mode. I mean, you know, you do have the feet kind of just sticking out right here with this big gap in the middle. But I mean, having it from the front, it looks pretty solid. I mean, it rolls really great due to having all rubber tires and they're all pinned on. I mean, there's not really much to say that you can't say for a lot of prize. I mean, it's just a solid figure, you know, the G1 design translated into a toy. Like I said, it does have suspension. Push down on it like that, bounces back up. I mean, there's not much to talk about. Plastic's great. Some may think there's an excess amount of die cast. I will say for the legs, that is true. They do become pretty unwieldy at times because you will get into like a certain pose and the legs will flop and he could just fall over. But I mean, if you know what you're doing, it's pretty good. Let me grab his box. Hang on. He does come with a couple accessories. Sorry. Box is old. It's got a bit of dust on it. Slide him over. Yeah. Box art is honestly great. I feel like this was just the standard. You got a, you know, G1 design here, a couple of accessories, you know, talks about what it could do. You know, not much, just covering the figure. Like I said, I don't have the trailer. That's like $150 on resale, and I'm not about to spend that. I already spent more than that on him alone. But I mean, like I said, he's a solid figure. Let's pull this out. So he comes. Move that over. He comes with a couple good accessories. He comes with, you know, the iconic Ion Blaster. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of this one. You know, it's cast in that gray with the blue painted, and I don't mind the little silver right here. But like I said, if this would have been black, maybe have the blue be gray and then the black and then the silver right here. I feel like that would have been a whole lot better. Then it's got, I don't know if you can see it, this weird like green dot here. I thought it was an LED, but no, it's got no LEDs in this, so I don't see the point. You have Prime's iconic Energon Axe. This would plug into the hand with transformation. You know, you're pulling out the panel on the arm that sits right there. Pull his hand down, you'll just clip that in there. I'll show that in a second. Then, if I can get him out, got the iconic Megatron gun. His hands can open to hold it. What you do is you will pull down this handle to where it's more like that, so it'll fit in the hand, and you can just grab it onto it, you know, any which way. So let's transform him back so I can show that off. So, unlike most reviewers, I'll give you, you know, robot to truck, truck to robot. So it's really just the same thing in reverse, pulling out the panels on the feet, rotating them, same with the other foot. If I can, oh, wrong way, sorry. Yeah. Then, with this, you want to get in there, you have the heel right here, hold the foot, pull the heel back, and that allows you to click that panel in place. Same thing here, pull the heel back, click the panel into place, bam. Disconnect the legs, fold in that hitch, hit the silver canister, extend the legs. Now, from here, usually it's kind of hard to figure out where to go with the cabin because of how, you know, it all taps together. Usually what I'll do is I'll pull out, if I can get it, a hold of it. I'll grab a hold of the matrix chamber. God, I can't speak. Grab that. Then untap the grill. Put that little seat inside down. Leave that open. Then pull this up. Then that. That's when you want to pull out the arms. and just let those, if I can get that, let those free hang for a bit. Pull down this silver panel right here. Then gonna just let all that sit up as you pull. Move these arms. Hang on. There we go. Sit those up. Pull this down. Hang on. If I can get it. Hang on. I'm struggling to get a good grip on it. Yeah. Rotate these. Pull this up. Goodness, I'm struggling, y'all. Yeah, this is where you can see the flaws in the transformation. This looks like spaghetti, and it feels like it. Robot to truck is a lot more easier than truck to robot. Hang on. Alright. Yeah. Pull these panels up. You'll have these sitting up. Matrix chamber up here. Then, pull this back down here. Flip out Prime's head. It's a little jarring at first. Don't mind it. Push that back. Then you can push in the matrix chamber, and the reason you have to pull these up, well, not sure of myself, but for some reason when you have these down, then try pulling Prime's head, it just doesn't come out. So you have to push these, then push up Prime's head, then you can go on with the rest. Make sure you get this matrix chamber seated, and then click those, torso up, this down, close spark chamber. Then you go to these panels like here. You can just simply fold those over, hold that there, arms closed, torso rotated. Then go onto these panels again. If I can grab a hold of it, there we go, and just use it. Push those hands out. There we go. Then back robot mode for MP-01 Prime. Now, like I said, robot to truck is a whole lot easier than truck to robot. There's just a couple steps in there that make it feel more like spaghetti, and it's kind of hard to work around. But once you get used to it, it becomes easier to do. I'm not gonna say enjoyable, because yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's a pretty big guy. I don't have much in the way of comparison, but I've got Kingdom Ultra Magnus alt mode. Let's lay that down for comparison. Yeah, he's as tall as it. And this for Kingdom Ultra Magnus, I will be looking at this next. I do have the DNA design upgrade legs on him. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. I'm gonna save that for the future video. I mean, he's pretty solid. Not the greatest Magnus by any means. But I mean, if you don't have the commander class, which is like, hard as hell to get, he's a solid substitute. Yeah. And we've got, if I can grab him, we have Toxitron with his trailer. Same thing here, sit that down. He's just a little taller than this. Say maybe about an inch or so on the head. But I mean, if you have other Masterpiece figures, if I can put that back, there we go. But if you have other Masterpiece figures, he's really not, that far out of scale. MP-10 obviously would be a better choice. Or the impossible to get MP-44, Magic Square Lighted Piece, things like that. But yeah, like I said, as for the accessories, you have Ion Blaster, Megatron Gun, and his Energon Axe. Put the Energon Axe in. You're going to go back to the arms, the transformation, this panel right here. Get in there, pull that up, push that in, click that. Then, you want to go here. If I can get it. It's a little iffy, because the way that it clicks, you have to go one side and into the other. Once you get it in there, it holds solidly well. You can rotate the axe for more dynamic poses, as if he's going in, side chop, things like that. It's a pretty good accessory. The rubber, or not rubber, the plastic it's made out of, though, is starting to turn back into oil. So I don't use it much. I more so just let it sit in the box. So like I said, it's just not the greatest feeling after 20-something years. Alright, let's put this arm back out. There we go. Now for the Ion Blaster and Megatron gun, we'll do Ion Blaster first. He doesn't have the greatest hold on it due to, you know, the restricted movement of his hands. But to get it in there, you want to hinge that thumb up, sit it to the side, like that. Have all fingers out, then just get it in there. And then you just want to close each finger around the gun, if I can get it to do so. Then hinge that thumb up to where you can kind of hold it. And there you go. Like you can see, due to the wrist having that back and forth, it's not the greatest hold because it'll shake and move all the fingers. But you know, if you can get him to a static pose, maybe with like, yeah, see, you see it comes out pretty easily. But if you've got like a stand or something, you can get him to a static pose and just have him sit there and hold it. It's not that big an issue. I personally don't have a stand that can hold his weight because he is hefty. Like I said, his legs are almost solid die cast. There's a lot, you know, the chest, some inner bits in the arms. But yeah, he's like hefty, so you know, if you got a stand, make sure it can hold him because he will fall off, like just right off any normal stand. But yeah, you know, he holds the Ion Blaster pretty well. He can't do the two-hand too well. If you want to do that, same thing, kind of. All fingers out, hands to the side, then just get him in there, hold it, and thumb up. And that's pretty much the best you can do due to how limited the arms are. But I mean, yeah, Ion Blaster isn't a bad accessory. It definitely would have been great with like different paints. But again, it's the first masterpiece. Can't expect too much. As for the Megatron gun, put this hand back to normal. It's kind of the same thing with the Ion Blaster, except this. You have the handle here, you want to grab that and just shift that bottom part down so it's a little longer like that. Then angle the stock down a little bit because his arm does kind of get in the way even with it up. Then you want to have the thumb over it and just kind of squeeze those fingers together, and there you go. I mean, it's a better hold than the Ion Blaster, but obviously not the best due to the hand, you know, having that side to side. But he can hold it pretty well. It's good for, like I said, static poses and stuff. But all in all, for the first masterpiece, he's a really solid figure. Obviously, they went overboard on the diecast, but I mean, it's not like that overinflated price at the time. Nowadays, he is a bit harder to find. I mean, he doesn't sell for MP-44, obviously, seeing as he was more widely available. He was like, you know, Target, things like that. But, I mean, I think it's about $200, sometimes $300 for him. Which, I mean, for a masterpiece as old as him, which isn't that easy to come by, I'd say that's a pretty solid price. I mean, I personally paid only one something. I found him for a steal. But, yeah, that's been our review for MP-01 Optimus Prime. If you want to see content like this, you know, make sure you like, subscribe, feel free to leave a comment, whatever. And until then, that's all. Stay easy, y'all.